out in almost full, like proper writing, and I think that it's very literal. It's literal English. It's not like English English.
Right, right.
Yeah. So yeah, what else did you have? Like, do you have that written? Do you have it all written down and translating it now,
Uh-huh.
right? Did
Yeah.
he write down like any other specific ones like that were really biting on it? Like you out of the
Yeah.
hard three, what else was
hmm
there?
So no, that was the easy one.
That was the easy one. Oh god.
Yeah. So the three hard ones he told me is first of all he wants to be able to say calls like so when he's Anna, he
hmm
wants to be able to say, "Hey Ryan, I'll give you ult, so Zarya, you should start charging your ulti so that you ulti, and then he gives ulti to Reinhardt, and then Reinhardt can start swinging."
Yeah, yeah. He's written that part to me right after he told you. I think he goes, hard three is I'll give my nano to you, Ryan. Then you swing your hammer to charge your ulti when we use grab. So like he's obviously like written that out in full literal English. And for me, it's just like if I was an nano, I'd be like nanoing you, Ryan. Go swing, like go crazy. And like
Uh-huh.
a lot of people would understand that in English if like but we had to obviously know context. And
hmm
context is really freaking difficult for a non-English speaker.
hmm
Just like honorifics in Japanese are fucking painful for anyone else that's not a Japanese speaker, for instance. So
Also,
that's
I just noticed off just like listening to the VOD, I don't think his volume cause like he doesn't speak that loud. Like
it's true.
usually in Overwatch comp, just off my experience, you gotta just yell shit, or
It's
else
true.
people don't listen to you.
Yeah, I think the other problem as well is that because he's not confident, he just is very worried that
Yeah,
what he's going to
yeah,
say is
I
wrong,
agree.
and I think it's just going to keep bearing down on him, which is
hmm
understandable. But I think we really have to figure out a way past that, and
hmm
at the very least, we've started on the right track here today, which is
hmm
good. So yeah, if we write at least most of this down, we can at least like we can at least put this all down as best as possible and figure it out from there. And then
Okay,
we'll teach him
so
very keywords to look for.
another thing he said is he is not good with telling his team to save ults, save defensive ults mostly. So like sometimes even when there are enemies Arya ults, you don't necessarily want to use Lucio ult. Or there are specific situations where you have to call out for the usage of or the non-usage of ults, and he's having trouble doing that.
So usage and non-usage.
hmm
Like if he wants to tell someone not to use their ult, he's just struggling to tell them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Just saying no. Does he know, like he knows how to say no in English?
Yeah, no, but like it's kind of complex too for him to be able to
I mean,
say.
just as a basic point, like he knows what the word no means, right?
Yeah, 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 obviously,
Okay.
but I mean by that I guess I'm not explaining this well. So when uh, so when the enemy does something,
hmm
the how do I say this? Basically, he wants them to be able to say. He wants to be able to say, "Hey, I think Zarya is gonna ult here. When she does, don't ulti after her because I will be able to do X or Y, or it's not worth."
Okay. So apparently, I'm just Echo's just messaged me as well saying that they taught him the concept of a dry fight, like no ults being used.
hmm hmm
But I think the problem there is that any time that that sort of like that concept gets interrupted by someone using an ulti, I think reactions are very hard to like. That's all context again. So I
Uh,
guess I think what we have to do, and I've got the plan out in my head. It's going to take quite a bit of time, but I think if we just like condition him by just showing him footage of shit happening over and over again, where situations that he knows how to fucking like figure out, like he'll be like, oh, like they're doing this and they're saying this, so I should be able to say that too. And hopefully I can find versions of that where people aren't swearing their heads off and being dumbasses, but you know, we'll figure it out.
mhm.
Um, but as long as we keep figuring out like what he can see and what he can't see, I think we'll be able to at least continually show him like, yeah, you can say this for that, and you'll be able to sway the fight do it by saying that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what was
Can I
that? Is
say
that
that to him?
yeah? Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry, sorry. What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Oh, if there's was there a third one or was it the second? Was that the third
Yeah,
one?
there is a third one, but I want
Yeah.
to say that
Yeah.
because
Go.
it's a bit
Go.
lengthy. pe구님, 그리고 지금 랭님이 생각하시기에는 그 미국 프로들이나 다른 그 오버워치 잘하시는 분들 영상을 찾아봐서 랭님이 그, 그 오더 내리는 거를 그 클립들을 좀 모아서 보여드린대요. 그래서 그걸 보고 그 사람들은 그 상황에서 어떤 말을 하나 그런 것을 배우고 또 만약에 배구님이 미스하시는 게 있으면 그것도 가르쳐 주신다고.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Alright, I said that. And the third thing he said he had difficulty was in briefing is calling out locations, especially of enemies. When so say like a Genji's flanking on the right or something,
Hmm.
he's not able to say that as fast as he should be able to.
Okay. Yeah, he said that to me as well, actually, in his DMs. He says it's too hard to explain who he's tried to flank. He can write English a little bit, but it's very hard to listen, like in regards to what's being said. Which
Yeah.
I understand how that would be difficult, but again, I think we can sort of figure out. Yeah, it would be. I think just more about understanding like where he can sort of affect the fight by just saying very basic terms. It's not as if because I think people will be able to understand it on the fly if he just says, flanker, like Genji flank or something like that, like something's coming, and they will understand. But I think the problem is that he won't be able to tell people where exactly Genji is. So
Oh.
like if Genji's like hiding behind something or
Oh,
he's
yeah, I think so.
like behind specific places, it would be very hard for him to actually say where. So it's just more of a matter of at least he can make people aware, but he can't point them in the right direction, which will help in a way, but it will also be kind of unfortunate if we actually like sort of miss that.
Well, do you how do I say this? Do you think then? Do you want me to tell him that is is what you want for him like like a I don't want to phrase it this way, like a faker situation where he's the one making out every single call so that he doesn't need to like take in any English, or do you want him to be also? Do you not want him to be able to also take in English and then just
I think he's still going to need to learn
respond?
English because if he's going to go pro in OWL, he has to be able to speak English.
Oh,
So
that's his aim. Okay.
yeah, his aim is to be pro. So go figure.
Oh, I
Yeah.
I thought you meant like in Korean League, but
Either or, whatever's available. But the next step up from Korean contenders is to go straight to the OWL. Or unless he magically appears in Seoul or London, that would be perfect. And it would be lovely for me too because I would love to go to Korea and be his coach. So that would be brilliant, and I'd get to learn Korean too. So, but yeah, the point being is just I think just quick tidbit, fake a situation, complete lie because he was never the shot caller. Just saying. But yeah,
oh, really? I had no idea.
he was never the shot caller. They fed him resources so he could carry, but he was never the shot caller.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, in saying that though, the situation there is that like if you want them to be able to feed him information, they're not going to feed him to him in Korean. So we have to tell him like we have to teach him the basics of what one thing means to something else. So Zen alt, for instance, he understands what Zen alt means. So he knows that alt is there. So if he has to remember that, then that's what people can feed him as information if he can shot call. But if we have to tell him to tell other people to use alties, you can tell him like they're just using those alties, like like you want to use Grav with Reinhardt, and like you just give them the nano. That sort of thing requires a little bit more discussion, but the basic concept of it is I nano Ryan, Zarya Grav, Ryan kill. Probably the easiest way to put it, right? And that sort of thing, if you can get that to work, it's perfect. But it's more about just, I guess, consistently recycling it over and over again to the point where he can kind of just say it fluently. which is going to
Alright.
be awkward when he can't even ask to go to the bathroom in English, but he can sort of tell you how to navigate around a team fight in English.
Alright. 배구님, 지금 말하신 거는, 일단은 영어 자체를 한꺼번에 배우는 거는 어려울 것 같고, 지금, 그래서 아까 말했듯이, 조금 작은, 필요한 영어를 할 때, 이게 저 한국어에서도 줄임말이 있듯이, 문법을 굳이 다 안 쓰고, 짧게 말만 이렇게 해서, 메시지를 전달시키기에는 더 쉽게 말하는 방법이 많아요. 근데 그렇게 말을 해서 간략하더라도 영어를 배우는 게 좋을 것 같다고 하시네요. 왜냐면 일단은 오더를 내리는 것도 오더를 내리는 것이지만 팀에서 배구님한테 말하는 것이 많은데 그거를 미스하시면 좀 많이 안 좋으니까 막 그 배구님이 최대한 많이 인포메이션을 받으려고 하셔도 팀원이 내가 궁이 거의 다 찾았다 아니면 난 여기로 갈 거다 이렇게 말하는 게 더 알아듣기가 빠르니까 그런 필요한 용어들을 아는 게 중요하다고 하시네요.
아, 알겠습니다. 땡큐.
Alright. So, what do you plan to do to help him do that? Yeah.
So consistently in his play, like in the plays that we're going to see on his VODs, right?
hmm
We're gonna essentially, actually, you know what? Can you ask him if he understands what the word line means in English, like translated
Line?
to Korean? Because you know, in this spreadsheet, they're obviously lined by numbers, and numbers are no different in Korean, so to speak. So does he actually like? Can he see the numbers like on the left? But then again, he doesn't know the numbers in English, does he?
Wait, what? Sorry, I'm not understanding.
In the Excel spreadsheet, then not like the cells are in numbers as the thing goes down the list.
hmm Yeah.
The only problem is I've got to figure out if I can point out a way to tell him what's what in the list, unless I just take screenshots every single time I need to explain something to him.
오케이. 그리고 지금 코칭 할 때는 일단은 좀 편리하게 엑셀 스프레드시트 있잖아요. 거기에서 번호를 말하실 거래요. 그래서 막 5라고 하면 일단은 몇 번째 탭인지는 말해야 될 것 같지만 일단은 5라고 하면 7번 탭에서 5라고 하면 여기에 자리 잡자. Let's set up at X. 그걸로 그렇게 소통을 하는 게 나을 것 같다고 하시네요.
오케이.
Okay, so first of all, I think you need to tell him what tab you're gonna be in through a number.
Does he know that, like, if I say tab 1, 2, 3, he gets that?
그리고 지금 말할 때 탭 밑에 있는 탭 있잖아요. 거기에서 렉님이 한국어를 모르시니까 여기에서 그냥 탭 1, tab 1, tab 2, tab 3 이런 식으로 말하실 거래요. 그게 무슨 말인지 아시죠? tab 1, tab 2.
네.
그러면 alright, so he does know that.
So
And
as long
then
as
you
he can count to, as long as he can count to 9, and as long as he can, as long as he knows like what the word tab means or line means, I can point it out on a sheet, and I can tell him what the concept is for this play, and he should be able to at least read the Korean translate, because these are all translated like what it means and how to say it in English and Korean, right? What the words are.
Yeah.
So like if I say like if I point out and say tab wait, shit, let me just count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So tab 7, and then line 39, which is the go stall contest thing, right? If I said to him, actually no, let's try it. B9.
Yes.
Line 39 as a concept.
Okay. I find
So-
it.
in tab 7.
Yes, yes, I think.
So it makes sense. And then I tell him that it's this contesting and stalling a point. So obviously this is not what's happening. Oh, it is what's happening. Perfect timing. So in the VOD, it's actually what they're doing right now is stalling the point. They made so in the VOD that we were watching,
Mm-hmm.
they were actually attempting to stall point so that the rest of them could get out. So that's an example of a call that he would make is to tell them to go stall.
Should I tell him that right now?
Yes, do that. Yeah.
지금 그 동영상 그 있으시죠?
네, 네.
네, 거기 보시면 지금 예를 들면 지금 볼 때 화물 거점을 비벼야 되는 상황이래요. 그래서 예를 들면 이럴 때 렉님이 이때는 탭 7에서 39번을 해야 될 때다. 이렇게 말해 주신대요. 지금 네. 여기선 지금 go stall or contest 지금 거점을 컨테스트 해야 되는 상황이라서 그런 식으로 이렇게 소통을 하시겠다고 하네요.
오케이, 오케이.
Alright.
So he has the right idea about if I just point that out from here on.
God, I'm so bad at Overwatch Korean. I'm realizing this right now.
Overwatch Korean is difficult. I guess
It's
payload
like-
doesn't translate, does it?
No, it does. There's
it does?
all sorts of words for it, but it's kind of like slang. So you know how how do I say it? Okay. So the word ultimate by itself doesn't actually mean the ultimate ability.
Mhm.
It just means very best or something of the sort like that.
Oh,
So there's like weird like words that mean A, but I don't actually know that it means A because the traditional meaning is B
Mhm.
and whatnot. So I just have to like kind of guess what it means. Whatever.
Oh, because
It's fine.
you learned. You obviously you were born in America and speak English first, and then
No. I was born in Korea, but I left before Overwatch became a thing in Korea, and then I started playing Overwatch in America.
Oh, right, that would have been interesting. So you like try and like speak all this out before that even goes.
When I left, the biggest thing was League and StarCraft 1.
I mean, at least speaking League would have been pretty interesting in Korean, right? Like, can you imagine talking about summoner spells in fucking Korean?
Oh god, I actually had to relearn that when I went to Korea.
Because I had this conversation with someone else and about like how transferable the discussion is. It's fucking impossible to talk about it in Spanish. I'm just saying. In Portuguese, Spanish, the amount of extra words like that go into it, or even just concepts that we know about in English. You know the term card counting, like in casinos.
Mm-hmm.
I use that concept to talk about minion pushing.
Okay.
Do you know how long that takes to explain it in fucking Spanish?
I wouldn't know, but
3 years. It takes too long. It's what seems so simple in English, like what
Spanish
English
is
is
very
like all-encompassing
complex.
thing is very difficult.
Mm.
But yeah, so like that sort of stuff there, at least we can sort of point out what needs to be sort of done. But yeah, I think the only problem there is just, at least if it's there and it translates and it makes sense, then we just have to just keep recycling it over and over again so he remembers, and then he'll be able to attribute it to memory before he has to attribute it to actually knowing English.
Mm.
So
Also, just like a side note.
Mm.
So I'm not gonna be here every single time you guys are gonna need to talk to each other. So
Obviously.
if you want, I'm free on I think Sundays and Saturdays and maybe
Sunday.
Fridays. But if you
that's
want,
Sunday
if
in
you
American
are
time as well.
if you're coaching each other for when I'm not around at that exact moment, if you can write down the stuff that's like crucial and that you can't get across him through the spreadsheet, like if you
Yeah.
can write like a little Google Doc blurb that you can share with me, I'll translate that within like a day or two maybe,
It's always
and then I'll get it across to him.
lovely. But yeah. As long as he idles in his Discord, he'll be able to find you, so that's good. The let's see. Oh yeah, the things that he needed the most help with. Did you finish translating that?
Oh, the third one? Yeah, that was a flank one. Yeah,
No,
that's
I mean the things you wrote down. I need them in English.
Oh, this? You
The,
mean
the thing you were writing on his behalf. Yep, thank you. Do you have the Korean versions of that actually as well? Can you just paste them like alongside it? Just so.
I kind of wrote it down in like choppy English, choppy Korean. Like I
Okay,
was writing down notes.
that's fine. As long as he can read, I'm sure if he can
Here.
read it when I like.
Actually, scrap that Korean blurb. I'll write it again. 1 second.
Okay. Well, yeah, just yeah.
It's just better formatting for me to write it this way.
That's
So,
fine, yeah. If you at least just delete it out, and I'll just delete the second one.
oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can edit DMs. Oh my god, what the
Yeah,
hell?
dude.
Okay, so basically the line jumps. That the top one says easy. The second line jump, like tiny word, that's hard.
Yeah, I figured as much. That's easy. I'll just keep a copy of it for my notes as well because I'm gonna need to remember this when I need it. So, let's see. Ah.
Okay.
Translations.
Of defensive alts. Okay.
Easy. So now I have like a copy of that as well, so I can just like show him, and we'll just be like pointing out bits and pieces as well as using the spreadsheet. So, yeah, this spreadsheet that he has is going to be very useful for me and him to. We're literally not going to speak any English or Korean. We're going to literally just be speaking Overwatch the entire time. We're going to be communicating pure, unadulterated Overwatch.
Nice.
Not even a single like English or here. Going to be just pointing out and just drawing on things, and he's just going to learn from that.
Oh wait, can you? You know, maybe you could like even. I'm just throwing out suggestions here. You could like open up stream and then just like circle at, what do you call it? Circle at the spreadsheet because you have like the drawing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to I might have to use Discord call to do that as well, and just highlight it from there. Because the problem is you can't do video calling inside channels like this.
Oh, okay.
Because the other thing as well is I want to maintain the highest quality from a server rather than from calling someone directly. Because in Oz it's very, very finicky. But if I use like Korean or American, it's very laggy. So
is he in Korea right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If he was in Oz, I feel like this would be much easier. Because
we're like talking in between like 3 different continents right now.
Considering the distance between me and Echo as well, I might as well like be inner and outer New South Wales as well. So we're basically like half a state apart.
Wales?
New South Wales, like in Australia, so in a state.
Oh, okay.
And considering, like, just so you're aware, the representation of this like four-man group we're in right now, right? We have you, who is Korean in the States. We have Echo, who is, I believe, Chinese or Cantonese.
Chinese.
living in Oz, Sydney.
Yes.
Me, who is hard out Australian born with Greek background heritage, so I'm part European, and a Korean lad who is playing in Oceanic Contenders just for the sake of it. This is the representation we have in this fucking call. It's crazy.
Diversity 101.
Yeah, I've got the player, his manager, my translator, and the coach. It's great.
I just flipped my chair. It's not good.
What happened? Did you just knock something?
I flipped my chair.
You flipped your chair?
Yeah, literally.
Like as in you fell off your chair?
No, it flipped. Like, I was reading on it and it flipped.
Okay. That's interesting.
Oh.
Scary. But yeah, so we still have 20 minutes left. So if I go through here with the rest of Blizzard World with him and we just point out conceptual parts from the sheet,
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he gets the idea of what I'm trying to say, and we'll just continue on. So, is everyone on the video? So everyone come back to the VOD.
Yes.
B9's here too.
B9.
Watching.
Thank you.
Oh my god. No. Watching your voice. The what? The
We're still on
visor.
the VOD. Back on visor.
Back on visor.
Yeah, I'm watching Visor now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm gonna just hit play again. Okay. So we're still playing. No problems. So yeah, the contesting was fine because they managed to keep the point. As long as they don't C9, it's cool. And they stagger. Hang on. So first example. Here we go. So where the fuck is stagger in this thing? This is where it gets interesting. I've got to play.
Control F.
Does Control F go between tabs?
I believe so.
Let's find out. So stagger.
Oh, it's on the 7th tab.
Oh, okay,
regardless.
it's on 7. So stagger is line 49, right? So stagger means you'll want to stagger this diva that's trying to get away. So you're staggering her before she gets away. That's a very lovely drawn arrow. Don't ask. Yeah. So you want to stagger him, which the call is made already, which is fine. But that's a concept that you can remember, right? B9?
Yes.
Oh, you should
So
tell him
you
in
want to
tab.
stagger him.
Yes.
So line 49 in tab 7.
9-4.
Tab 7, line 49.
Okay.
So say you want to stagger him. So you just yell out stagger and diva.
지금 받으신 거는 지금 디바가 꼬인다고 해야 되나요? 꼬인다고 하네요. 디바를 꼬이게 하는 게 지금 좋다고 하네요. 그래서 지금 상황에 stagger diva라고 말하면 팀이 알아들을 거라고 하네요.
Okay.
This is gonna take a while, isn't it?
지금 그리고 렉님이 말하실 때 이렇게 탭이랑 번호를 말하시면 그게 이 상황에 이 말을 해야 된다. 그걸 말해주시는 거래요.
Okay.
Okay, wait, do I have to get you to give me the phonetic version of tab and line in Korean? Would it help?
I
it would.
can do that. Maybe 지금 근데 혹시 탭하고 라인하고 그거는 알아들으실 수 있죠.
네네네.
그런데 영어 혹시 숫자가 불편하신가요? 더 높은 숫자로 올라갈수록?
아니요.
네, 그럼 괜찮아요. 네. No, he's fine with both tab, line, and all numbers.
Okay,
So, yeah.
good, because I was not ready to completely bulldoze myself with bad Korean, because I would feel so bad. I butchered it the entire way through. So that's good. But yeah, so if I tell him that I want him to learn this, would he just be able to say the Korean concept to himself and then just understand that, and then I would just tell him how to say it in I would tell him how to say it in English, and he would try and say it back to me, and I would tell him if it works. Does that understandable?
지금 말하신 거는 그래서 아까 말했듯이 렉님이 이렇게 탭이랑 라인을 말하실 때는 지금 배구님이 이 말을 해야 된다라고 하는 것이고 배구님이 그러면 탭이랑 라인이 있는 문장을 영어로 한번 다시 한번 말해 주시래요. 그러면 렉님이 발음이 괜찮은지 아니면 이게 이때 쓰는 것이 맞는지 말을 해주신대요. 그리고 고쳐주신대요.
Okay.
So basically what I told him is that whenever you call out tabs or lines, he's gonna, first of all, after you're done saying it, he's gonna repeat what the English callouts are, and then as far as I can understand, you're basically gonna correct him if there's errors and tell him how to pronounce things better and whatnot.
Yes. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. And then if he can understand me writing to him, if anything's wrong, anything conceptual, we'll go from there. I'll write it to him. And if it's still hard from there, I will screenshot that conversation and send it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
그리고 또 지금 좀 어려운 대화, 그러니까 이렇게 스preadsheet으로 간단하게 안 되는 좀 더 심화적인이라고 해야 되나요? 심화적인 것을 말할 때는 그 디스코드 텍스트로 해서 일단은 써서 말해 주실 거고, 만약에 그걸로도 해결이 안 되신다면 제가 받아서 그거를 통역을 해드릴게요.
Okay, thank you.
Lovely.
Alright, so I basically told him what you told me.
Cool. So as long as he should feel comfortable enough now that he won't have to worry if we don't get every single concept figured out. So he has you as the backdrop, and we can discuss that, and then as long as he's not worried, then it's perfect. Then we can just keep going as we are now. So if he's cool with that, yep. And we'll just keep going for another 15 minutes, and we'll see how we go.
I have to actually go to bed pretty soon right now.
As long as he's aware, then we can just keep going.
Oh, also, next time, like when I'm translating stuff, on the spot, with you on the call, I think like a better way to go about doing this is like talk to me as if you were talking to him.
Yeah.
So that I can get him like the direct version, like the raw version of what you want me to tell him.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't learned the interview process for this yet because I've honestly I'm not even sure. yeah, I get it. I get you.
I've had so much experience translating because of my mother.
I bet it's
It's a
fun.
mess.
But yeah, like before, if I just go about how I was saying it before, I normally talk about it in third person as it is anyway. So, like if I'm saying like you as Zenyatta, for instance, like I'm always like talking about it like that. So if it's
so far it was fine. I was just saying like for future.
Yeah, this shouldn't be too much issue. But yeah, we'll see how we go for the next 15 minutes without you. Hopefully it's not horrible.
Good luck.
Thank you. But
Thank you
very
so
much
much.
for helping us out, man.
No problem. Signing out.
Thanks, man. Oh boy, I'm gonna do this myself. Okay. Now, I'm obviously not going to butcher Korean in any way, shape, or form, but if I do end up learning it, this is going to come back to haunt me. I can feel it. Okay, so we're going to keep going from here, and we're going to try and just point out parts from the sheet and see how we go. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
B9, still with me?
Okay.
Yep. Alright, let's see how we go. So he gets the stagger, that's fine. Don't worry about baby. Is there a leave baby in this? No, we won't worry about that. Okay, so B9,
Yes.
Mighty Boy called out that they have Valk, right? You understood that?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Yep. Also, your positioning is really awful right here. So, have to be safer. This is okay. Just not too far forward. That was almost a good right click. 1 second off where she would have been. That was a good call. Apart from being very scared. But yeah. Good. His aim's still really good.
That's why he can't play. I don't know. He can't play Overwatch in here. Otherwise,
I mean, let's see, he's playing this on 170 ping, which is bad enough. Like, yeah, I can't understand why he's doing this to himself. Is it just because he can't? Oh, that's what I needed.
need
Alright,
work.
next time I have comic here, I'm gonna ask about his history with trials. That's what I want to ask. Okay, so you're talking about the tracer flank a lot here, which is good. Like, he obviously knows like what to say here. I think what he should have realized that when he was on high ground alone, like when you're on the high ground alone, B9, you can't be just poking out for someone to shoot you. It's very unsafe. So, is unsafe in here? I need to, wait, hang on. Is he still online? Does he know? Wait, do you know what unsafe means? Is there a
Yes,
Korean
yes.
word? Yeah, okay. Because it's like the worst possible way to really figure out like what's safe and what's not. Is just whether or not you're going to get killed for it. But yeah, going to keep getting run on. Ooh. The problem is there's just so much junk being out between the calls, so he wouldn't understand like whether or not they find this funny or whether or not they think this is tilting. He just hears the parts that he understands. Also, who is Red Rum?
It's me.
Echo.
You.
Because I was well recording this as well.
Uh-huh. So you have what, 2 accounts as well? You're aiming at nothing there. Twice over, you're aiming at nothing. Each Discord has to be called, regardless. Or is he only waiting until he Discords Reinhardt? Yeah, each Discord target has to be called here before you go to hit chance. It's still a good chance though, which is fine. But yeah, no matter who you Discord, you have to just make sure that you're trying to... that your team knows that there's a Discord target out at least, because if they... like, even though you're Discording Zarya, for instance, right? They don't know that it's out, because there's no, like, actual call-out for that automatically. It's only when you say it. That wasn't in English at all, was it? Was it? Hang on. Was this last part in English?
What did he say?
No,
Kill-
none of that is in English.
Kill Bridget.
Is that Kill Brig?
Yes.
Kill Bri.
Kill means kill Bridget.
Okay. Because yeah, it okay. Even in English, right?
Yes.
We the problem is that it's still too fast. That's the other thing. He's saying it so fast that I don't think anyone's hearing what he's saying. If he's not pronouncing his vowels, like brig, or like the eyes and the parts, like it just sounds like he's just slurring the R the whole way through. It sounds like he's trying to say something else, or like it sounds like it's 2 different words. So
Yes,
they're probably not understanding him at all. That's probably why this is a problem.
Mm.
But yeah, I think that the best part is that if we get him to at least pronounce it harder, rather than just saying it faster, it will at least make them understand what you're saying.
Bridgie.
Sounds like you're trying to say brigade. Okay.
Yeah, Brig.
What the fuck?
I guess some of them are easier in English. Is there like a different word for brigade in Korean? Or do you just call it brigade in Korean?
Brigite. Brigite.
Brigitte.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there? Do they call it like shield lady in in Korean?
How do you call Bridget in Korea? Binai.
Yeah, Brigite.
Yeah,
It's all the
that's
same. Okay.
yeah.
I think it's just coming out too fast and no one's even understanding. I know I didn't. If I'm supposed to be the most worldly guy, because I'm talking to everyone about this, right? I'm trying to understand it.
Yeah.
I think if he hits the G every time he comes out, if he does that brig, like people actually hear that part, and they'll understand that the brig was the target there. But yeah, the problem is just that there's just too many people at once just talking, and there's just no there's no. It doesn't sound like it's like a lot of the times it's not even focused. Like there's 3 different calls going out. Like you're saying, you're discording Reinhardt. I have one guy say like go for Zarya. There's just no, this one's much easier to figure out. But yeah, Brig I just did not catch at all. That trance was late. And yeah, unfortunately David one kills Zarya anyway because no shield. Oh. Yeah. I think the main thing we have to figure out is when you try to say these calls, right? That you don't like, as I know in Korean, you pretty much once you're fluent, you're speaking very fast. In English, being clear matters more than being fast. Because if any fluent English speaker still has trouble understanding what Zeno is saying sometimes, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Because he just mumbles his way through half of it and it's horrible, right? But if you listen to my English, when I'm not like running shit off quickly and I'm just talking, I'm very clear and very easy to understand. But that concept on its own is very hard for for most people that are not fluent in English to figure out, because it just seems like what we're saying at speed in any language just is like a signification that they're fluent rather than they're just mumbling. Like, is there for instance, echo, right? In Chinese or Mandarin, for instance, people you speak to them and there's a clear version of it and a mumbling version of it, right? Like slang.
Slang.
Yeah, words that just like Overwatch is like terms like slang, like stagger and stuff like that. That's slang. But words that mean something in something like, what's an example of it? What's an English word that you learned when you were in Oz? Like that just didn't make sense to you originally until someone explained it.
No.
First weird English thing that you learned when you were in Oz.
I can't remember. What's the first word?
Or even just just of all the crazy things you've learned when you've been in Oz. Right?
Like Monkas. I really
Monk-ass,
don't.
like that's slang, right? Like that's like PogChamp and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
All that slang. It's English slang. It's terrible English slang, but it's based off of American meanings for something else. Like PogChamp means oh my, that's so good, oh god, that's so good. When you're slurring things like that and you're a fluent English speaker, which is probably where you're struggling with this too, B9, is you're looking at it people are talking about it, that they're trying to explain it, but they're just talking so fast and there's no clarity to what they're saying. It's not clear.
No.
Any word like that you would use in any other language just doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So the aim is to make it as clear as possible by just talking about what it is. So, even for someone like Brig, who if it's not Reinhardt, it's just basically another shield person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least just talking about Zarya's shield, not personal shield, not friend shield, it's just shields. Just keeping those sorts of calls concise what might make it easier, and just talking about that and keeping it clear would make it easier. So discording targets, you just call the one thing about them. So you're discording McCree, so it's Cree, like McCree. I'm just keeping the simple parts out of there. Or for Reinhardt, you're obviously saying Rein, yeah?
Mm.
But I think what you have to just understand is that you want all of the sounds to come out of your mouth so that people are understanding what you're saying. So if I'm calling out to Discord Ryan, for me it's Ryan, I'm saying it so that people understand it and it's loud, it's clear, right? But what's happening here is that people like Zeno, for instance, they're saying it at stupidly rapid speed, and because you're not native speakers, it just sounds like a blur. and he thinks that saying it the same way as well. Like I feel like if you're saying it the same way, you feel like that your teammates are gonna understand you, but no one gets it. So everyone's just really confused, and the comms are just like really weighing down. Does that make sense? Does that help? If you keep it clear, it will be, yeah.
Yeah, it does make sense.
So that sort of stuff is the first thing you'll have to learn when you're communicating as a shot caller in English, is being clear about what you want. So if I tell you like you want to stagger Diva, you aren't just going to keep yelling out stagger, 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 stagger until it makes no sense. You want to say it like very clear, just stagger Diva. And then just yell out stagger, stagger again so that they remember that you just kill off the mech and leave the baby. And then kill it off after. But then again, killing the baby really doesn't sound correct in fucking without context. But yeah. So that's the first sort of thing we'll have to practice. So when you're wanting to talk about this with Legacy, I mean, hell, even if I sat in the Legacy scrims with him, right, and just like watched how that all went, I would be able to tell him like what people are trying to expect from him, and he'll be able to, and he would learn from there what to do.
Well, they are trialing like different people right now, so like
Yeah.
there also might change a lot. So I think after they have a stable roster, it's good. It's good to, you know, you
Yeah. But at least for you, like you're obviously good friends with him, right?
yeah.
If you go over this with him once a day and just point out like specific parts, and if you can at least understand it, then from there other people should be able to as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you feeling about this so far? B9, how are you feeling? You feel good? Do you feel like you've learned something today?
Oh yes,
Feel very good? Feel happy?
yes. I like coaching.
You like coaching? See,
My
if that,
problem.
yeah, so we're gonna hopefully be able to fix this problem. It will take a lot of time, but at least now we know exactly what the problem is, and we have a very good means of fixing it. Like we have this sheet, we have like we even have a translator as backup, so that's very helpful. It's very good timing. And yeah, and now Echo knows that I'm the best coach in the world, so this is good. Today was a very good day.
No, it does like it's very helpful.
Hey, at least I got to prove it to you better than last time.
Mm.
That what better coaching means, right?
Yeah.
You're welcome. But yeah, so B9. So for next time, right?
Right.
You already talked about what was easy and hard to translate from the sheet, okay?
Okay.
I want you to be able to have, hang on, the Zen alt one. I need you to, like you said that one was easy to say, yeah?
Yes.
I need you to be able to work on another concept from the sheet that you can say without too much trouble by the end of this week. So pick anything you like from the sheet, and I want you to learn it as fast as possible and as consistent as possible. Okay? So, hang on. I will write this to you.
You want him to pick another what concept from the sheet? how does he know which one he want to learn, or which one is more important? Or
Honestly, I told him, I told Heon the ones that I wanted him to learn, which were tabs 1, 2, and I think it was 5. 1, 2, and 5 were the big ones. Tab 7 is the big one for ultimates, but the 1, 2, and 5 are the ones that'd be the most self-sufficient. So things like, you know, like needing peel, like needing help and peel is the first one. Yeah, I need him. I want you to be able to talk about if someone's going to like kill you in game, and that you're able to say like that you want people to help you, or if you can fight them on your own. You know.
mm-hmm.
B.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, of course.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he should be able to. Yeah, should be able to work with that. If you're gonna keep managing him on this team, Echo,
Mm-hmm.
then at the very least, when you're watching scrims, try to note down when he's worried about communicating.
What do you mean?
Like if he doesn't say anything on a play, and you ask him why, and he says he doesn't know how, tell me why. Tell me that.
Oh,
Like
but
if
he already said that because she said everyone's talking. Like if he talked, he worry like his voice is like
Okay.
louder or.
Forget the rest of the team. This is about what he wants to say, and if he says it, I need to know that if he says it well. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're a recording box. You're going to tell me what he says and if it worked. If it didn't, then or he was unsure, you need to write it down and you need to tell me. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's so that we can figure out for next time and we talk about it together. Okay?
Yes.
Because you're going to be helping him when I'm not around. So yeah, B.
Yes.
Next time you're in a game, in a scrim,
Yes.
you're going to obviously try to make these call outs, right?
Okay.
If you can't, or if something is wrong, and something doesn't feel correct or right, I want you to tell Echo what you're struggling with, and she's going to tell me. Or you can come to me directly, okay? I'll be right here. You can find me. I'm at the top of the Discord list on the right. My name is right there. You can find me, okay?
Okay, okay.
So yeah, come and tell me if there's something wrong, and I will try and figure it out from there, okay?
Okay, okay.
All right. That is the end of today's lesson.